What if the chocolate you love is actually hiding a superfood beneath all the sugar, fat, and additives? In this video, I'll explain cacao versus cocoa versus chocolate. What's the difference, why it matters for your health, and how to actually use real cacao every day. Stay until the end. I'll reveal the exact cacao I use every day and why it's the one I trust. All sources are in the description. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only and not medical advice. Cacao versus cocoa versus chocolate. Let's clear this up fast. People use these words as if they're the same thing. They're not. Cacao is the raw seed from the tree Theobroma cacao. When it's kept minimal, so a tiny amount of processing that's natural like drying them, you get nibs and non-alkalised cacao powder. Nutrient dense, high in fibre, and loaded with flavanols. Cocoa is the more processed version, what is used for most things like chocolate, hot chocolate, chocolate cake. Beans are roasted hotter and often alkalised. That's also called Dutching. As a result, cacao tastes smoother and less bitter, but it has less flavanols and less benefits. Chocolate is the finished product, the thing right at the end of the line that's got all the additives, the most processing, etc. Cacao or cocoa plus sugar, milk, extra fats and emulsifiers. Most commercial chocolate is made from cocoa because it's milder, as I said earlier, less bitter and easier to work with. The result tastes great, but it's not the same nutritionally as pure cacao. Why this matters? The good stuff in cacao, flavanols, minerals, theobromine, is fragile. Roast it too hard, Dutch it, then throw it in milk and sugar, and those compounds are reduced or gone. So a 70% bar can still be low in the very molecules researchers study. Bottom line, cacao can be a nutrient-rich food with many benefits. Chocolate, while it tastes great, is calorie-dense, high in sugars and fats, full of additives, and ends up having complete opposite effects and contributing to negative health outcomes. So what does cacao actually do for your body? Next up, top 5 benefits of cacao. There's a lot cacao can do. These are the top 5 benefits I chose, based on research, studies, science, and how people actually use it. Number 1. Mineral density and nutrient support. A small serving of raw cacao gives meaningful amounts of magnesium, copper, and iron. That's useful if you're low in those minerals for energy, cognitive tissue health, and red blood cell formation. And it's one reason cacao is more than just flavour. Number 2. Heart and circulation. Cacao's flavanols boost nitric oxide, which relaxes blood vessels and improves blood flow. Clinical trials show modest improvements in endothelial function and small drops in blood pressure. So it's a real, measurable vascular effect when you use the right form. Number 3. Calmer energy and sustained focus. Theobromine is a gentler stimulant than caffeine. It delivers steady alertness without the spike and crash many get from coffee. That's why some people swap morning coffee for cacao and report smoother focus through the afternoon. Number 4. Mood and well-being. Between improved circulation, theobromine, and trace mood-related compounds, cacao can produce a subtle but reliable uplift, a calmer, more social, more present state for many users. Ritual and context amplify this too. Number 5. Gut and metabolic support. Cacao's fibre and polyphenols act like prebiotics. They feed beneficial bacteria, and some research suggests they can help blunt glucose spikes and support insulin sensitivity when used as part of a balanced diet. So yes, cacao delivers nutrient density, vascular support, steady energy, mood lift, and gut-friendly polyphenols. Important point: form matters. To get these benefits, choose non-alkalised, minimally processed cacao, nibs, or pure powder, not most commercial sweetened bars. If you want to learn more about cacao, check out my playlist Cacao series on my channel. That has all the videos I've made on cacao. Now that you know the top benefits, I'll show you the exact cacao I use and why it meets all these criteria. The best cacao for me. I use Sevenhills Wholefoods organic cacao powder. Why this one? Its soil association organic, certified. No synthetic pesticides or fertilizers. Non-alkalised, which preserves flavanols. Cold pressed with careful fermentation. And contains nothing else. No fillers. Just pure cacao. It's nutrient dense, vegan, and comes in a 1 kilogram bag. So it's really cost effective for daily use. I've also made a specific video on this too that goes into further detail, so check out my playlist. Now that you know what to buy, here's how to actually use cacao so it tastes good and benefits you. How to use cacao and my pro tip. Here's a few different ways you can use cacao. Basic dosage: start small, about 1 teaspoon, so 5 grams a day, and work your way up to, if you like, 1 to 2 tablespoons, which is 10 to 30 gram daily. That range delivers nutrients and a gentle lift without too many calories. Morning drink: whisk 1 teaspoon of cacao powder into hot water, dairy or plant milk for a healthy hot chocolate, or mix it into your greens powder stack or smoothie. Baking and snacks: one of the best ways to use cacao is as a healthy chocolate or cocoa alternative. You can make energy balls / bars, brownies, chocolate cake, or even banana bread. Nibs: lastly, you can sprinkle cacao nibs on yogurt or fruit for crunch and antioxidants. Pro tip: if you want to add cacao to just normal water, like I do, use a battery-powered milk frother. It dissolves powder fast and gives a smooth texture. No clumps, no blender required. That's all the ways you can use it. Now, my daily routine. Here's how I personally use cacao. Every morning, I get a pint glass. I then add a teaspoon each of creatine, spirulina, chlorella, moringa, and of course, cacao. I then mix the powders together, add spring water, and finish by mixing it all together with my milk frother. It's my version of Brian Johnson's Green Giant. I also use the powder in raw energy balls and bars, stir it into porridge when I have it, and I've created a recipe to soon make a cheesecake, bilberry and cacao cheesecake. And I sprinkle a heaped teaspoon of cacao nibs on my fruit every morning. Before you try it, here are a couple of quick safety and practical notes. Safety reminder: cacao is powerful, but a few precautions matter. Some cacao may contain heavy metals like cadmium or lead depending on the origin, so pregnant women and children should be especially cautious. If you're on MAOIs or other medications, check with your doctor before adding cacao. Theobromine, the stimulant in cacao, is toxic to dogs, so always keep it away from pets. And remember, regular chocolate bars usually come with sugar, fats and additives. That's not the same as pure cacao. So to recap, cacao is the raw, nutrient-dense seed packed with flavanols, minerals, and theobromine. Cocoa is a more processed version with fewer benefits. And chocolate, while tasty, is usually full of sugar, fats, and additives. It's not the same as pure cacao. Using non-alkalised cacao daily can support your energy, mood, circulation, and gut health. For me, I use Sevenhills Wholefoods organic cacao powder because it's pure, nutrient-rich, and practical for daily use. Mix it in drinks, smoothies, baked goods, or sprinkle nibs on fruit. There are plenty of ways to enjoy it and get the benefits. Remember, the form matters. Choose raw, non-alkalised cacao to get the real health effects, not the chocolate bars or heavily processed powders. Again, if you want the exact cacao I use, then the link is top of the description. If you learned something new, please like and subscribe to keep learning. If you know anyone that's interested in this kind of content, please share this to them as it really helps me out. If you're trying to improve your health, you will like one of the videos in one of the playlists on screen. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one. And remember, stay positive even when it seems everything is against you.